Hey, you guys, and welcome to the Steele Wars Hyperchat Patreon Q&A. We haven't done a little Q&A for a while, so I put out the call. If you are in the chat, I haven't had the setup set up for a couple of days, and Harry has been over by my desk. So just let me know that I'm being heard nice and well. So we've got two of my favorites. Emily Lind and Catherine Neen are in the chat. Catherine's hanging out until she has to make content for her students. What are you gonna do? Review like the Matrix trailer or something? It's when I hear content, it's just content is just reviewing pop culture, isn't it? That's what I thought. Alex says your sound's great, Steele. Excellent. God, I'm having trouble talking. So if you want to take part in a future Patreon Q&A, join the Steele Wars Patreon. It's $3 a month. You get access to 800 shows and exclusive shows and Star Wars You By podcast. And we're getting back in the swing of doing the exclusive shows. So hold tight, everyone. This one's one of them. Hey, Paul Ponte, how you doing? So you can super chat a question if you want to jump in. Otherwise, we have got a bunch of Patreon questions that we'll hit first. So let's get started. I haven't even looked at Star Wars news today. Is there any Star Wars news? Emily Lynn says, Catherine has to make sure her students are up to date on any Toro Watch news. Excellent. Excellent. The kids have got to know about this Toro Watch. You know what I'm saying? Come on. All right, let's get to these Patreon questions. Brandon Baker asks, hey, Steele, I hope you and the family are well. They are. Cannot wait to watch Visions and see your reactions. I have some questions. I haven't worked out how I'm going to do Visions Day. Visions Day is soon, isn't it? Devesh says there's been more Visions pics released. Excellent. I think is Visions Week next week. I think I'll just watch one and do a reaction, watch one, do a reaction, because it's about content. If it doesn't equal content, or I might watch two and just be like, yeah, I haven't got any more, do any more reactions. But I'm excited to see what I do as well. Next week, Catherine says, the 22nd, Devish ads. Brandon asks, first, what do you think was Rick McCallum? Oh, Rick. Easily the best Rick. Most impactful contribution to Star Wars. I think just enabling George Lucas to get what he wanted on the screen. He was a get it done type of guy. You see in the, what's it called? The Beginning? Is that what that documentary on the Phantom Menace is? It's actually on the official Star Wars YouTube, I believe. The Beginning? Is that what it's called? Anyway, no one's answering that. I'm on a delay with the chat, so it's whatever. They'll hit me. It must be The Beginning. It's one of the best, most entertaining hours of a Star Wars fan's life, apart from watching the actual films. Or television shows. But yeah, I think his contribution is just getting the job done for George. But yeah, in that documentary, so I was going to say, when the storm comes through and ruins all the pod races, the dude just drops a few well-chosen swear words and then bang, on the walkie, on the talkie, getting the job done, getting it set back up. So he got the job done. That's his most impactful contribution. And what a character. What a character. Maybe one of his lesser contributions was just his enthusiasm for the films and interacting with the fans and showing fans new things and stuff. Like, oh, never got to see him in real life yet. But one day, it is. I've had a lot of little silly Star Wars daydreams come true. But ending up at a bar at a convention with McCullum for a few drinks late into the night, come on, please. I've got how could I let that go without where is that? Here we go.
Please.
Please. Anyway, number 2, I believe that Star Trek is preparing to always have a series always running on streaming services without any downtime for the next few years. Really? Do you think that Star Wars streaming shows should follow suit? Should we just roll from one show to the next without any downtime? How much space do you think there should be between Star Wars shows? I think I don't want to go straight into the next thing. Like, I know I don't know where Corey would stand on this, but I'm gonna guess that Corey's like, yeah, just put the next one on. But I like the anticipation, the wind down, the wind up. I don't want to go like next week there's a new show. I want to look forward to it. And if they did it like 52 weeks a year, man, let's go for some quality over quantity. So I think you have 3 live action peppered. You got your one that runs over Christmas. And then wherever, May the 4th, love it, premiere it on May the 4th each year. And then have 2 animated series in between. And that would sort of, I feel like that's the perfect maximum Star Wars. Any more than that, and I'm like, oh, are you going to burn out? Are you going to be able to, make this all sync up, do your plans? Devesh says, I think the year wait between shows is good. Come on, not a year. Like next year, I think, is it going to be 3 or 4? I think it's going to be 3.5 because Book of Boba Fett will run into next year. Maybe. Yeah, that sounds like about right. Kenobi, Andor, hey, Catherine, Neen, and then Mando 3, presumably over Christmas the next year. I might be wrong. I think that's just delightful. Pepper a cartoon in there. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Third question from Brandon. If we're in charge of loosely adapting the Thrawn trilogy, sorry, it's just Jackie ringing. She's not going to believe me when I say I'm on a podcast. On podcast. Lol. No, really. Alrighty. How embarrassing. If you're in charge of loosely adapting the Thrawn trilogy using the current canon, would you still use Joras C'baoth, the CB, as the cloned, spoiler alert, Jedi Master guarding Mount Tantus, or would you use a Jedi from the prequels, i.e. Mace Windu? Oh, he goes Mace Windu with 3 U's, or Plo Koon. In retrospect, the Thrawn trilogy does have some goofy moments, the Luke and the clones with the extra letters. But I wouldn't be averse to having Joris enter the fray. You know, we've got the please, 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 please Luke Skywalker series that will fill in all the time between Return of the Jedi and the end of The Force Awakens on the way from Disney Plus. Please, 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 please. Sorry, I have to go back and get Corey to help me with this. It doesn't come true unless Corey...
please! Please!
All right, good. Now, yeah, if... I think a crazed, cloned Jedi Master or Jedi being a villain in the Mandoverse or whatever verse, I wouldn't be against it because it's a new twist for the live action Star Wars. So I wouldn't you know, as scoff as I might have upon reflection, I could go with that. And I would definitely want it to be a Jedi we've never seen before. So I would go with Joris Seabath. CB. Because like Samuel L. Jackson doing a cloned Mace Windu, oof, zero buys. Yeah. Why Steele going a bit rogue there? What is it? What happened? What did I do? Anyway, how did I go rogue? What does that mean? Devish, explain yourself. Anyway. I'm waiting for him to reply. Rick Villanueva. For each of the big three in each trilogy, let's say prequel trilogy is Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Padme. Original trilogy is Han, Luke, and Leia. Sequel trilogy is Rey, Finn, and Kylo. Oh my God, this question. I would say Rey, Finn, and Poe. But anyway, who skates street, vert, and going old school freestyle like Rodney Mullen? Oh, my stars. Just for fun, you can add your own characters to the mix if you want. Okay. So what he wants to know out of the three main characters of each trilogy, Rick, this is an amazing question. I do that is very impressive. He wants to know because there's three classic main disciplines in skateboarding: vert on the vert ramp, street, you know, street skating, or at a street styled skateboard park, or freestyle, which is just tricks on the flat ground on a very small board that Rodney Mullen kind of dominated in the 80s. And now that's sort of just merged into regular skateboarding. But he wants to know, out of the trilogy of trilogy characters, which one would be that skater in their group? So, prequel trilogy, Obi-Wan is the freestyler, just concentrating on the flat there, working on his craft. Anakin is the vert skater, doing the big airs, chasing glory, the big events. And Padme is the street skater, just getting down, doing it the hard way in the streets. In the original trilogy, I would say I'd say Leia is the vert skater, big bold airs. Han would be the street skater because he's like playing by his own rules. And Luke would be the freestyler because he's bound by the concrete around him. That's very poignant. And then in the sequel trilogy, I'd say Rey's the freestyler, just because she seems like the most disciplined. Finn would be the street skater. Just wants to do things. He's always trying to run away. You know, just go do his own thing, find his own path. And Kylo would be the vert skater. Big ass. That was mentally tough to work out. Rebecca Edwards is in the chat and in the Patreon questions. She says, hey, Steele, got my standard 2 questions to ask, but you would hardly call them standard questions. Following on from Rick's question, if you were to pick one character from each section of Star Wars, oh man, prequel trilogy, original trilogy, sequel trilogy, Rebels, the Baby Yoda show, holiday special each, to participate in a wrestling Royal Rumble, oh man, who would you choose and who would you ultimately think would win? Oh, wow, this is tough. Prequel trilogy. Oh man, I'm gonna have to have a sip. Oh, Jango Fett from prequel trilogy. Original trilogy, Chewbacca. He'd be great to see. Sequel trilogy. Oh, Snoke. Yes. No one's getting Snoke over the rope. All right, great. Rebels, it's got to be I've forgotten his name. The Chewbacca prototype. What is his name? From the Rebels crew. Jeez. Someone will give me Devesh says a wrestling Jabba. But Jabba, I'm trying to go for characters that are more, they fit within the rules of what makes a wrestler. Because how's he going to get into the ring, out of the, it's just very hard. So Rebels, whoever the fake Chewbacca is in the Ghost crew, how can I not think about, how is no one commenting what this is? Unbelievable. Killing me. The Baby Yoda show. Zeb, thank you, Davish. Appreciate it. Baby Yoda show. Ooh. I would maybe go. I can't remember his name, but they break him out of prison. That dude. I would add him from the Baby Yoda show. Oh, holiday special. I'd put that Imperial just as an easy heel to throw over the top rope. You know, the guy that goes into Chewbacca's house and breaks the toy. Yes, he's going in and he's getting his. All right. All right. Who would win out of all them? You've got to give it to Chewie. Chewie's, you know, got to come out on top. Second of all, from all your guests you've had on I Love Green Guide Letters, now back from hiatus on your podcast app of choice fortnightly, hopefully. But it is back. Listen to some new apps up now. I Love Green Guide Letters. Who would you like to see in a Star Wars series? Oh, from all your guests you've had, who would you like to see in a Star Wars series? They don't have to be a main actor, a sidekick, or guest actor is fine, or maybe a cameo. How about Peter Hitchner running a cantina? That would be amazing. Or Arthur Comer, RIP, complaining about the misuse of the word parsecs. These are very good in-jokes, I've got to tell you, if you listen to the I Love Green Go Letters podcast. Huru, Rebecca and Adelaide. Yeah, I moved away from Perth. I would like Ronnie Chang because he has the most chance of doing it. So I would go for Ronnie Chang. Or, hey, I've been a guest. Why not me? Well, I'm not a guest, I'm a host, but I was on tons of them. I was on all of them. Oh, no, I wasn't on all of them. There was that one that Dasilo did at Meredith. I was on every episode except one. So I would like me. Let's go with me. Let's put me in Star Wars, just in the background somewhere. Come on. Come on. Thank you, Rebecca. Catherine Neen asks, hi, Steele, in the chat also. No, not Mayfield, Catherine. Oh, she's in the chat and she asked the next question in the Patreon. Ronnie as Thrawn. Yes, that would be that is very good casting. Ronnie as Thrawn. Oh, my stars. That'd be great. But yeah, it's not Mayfield. It's the one they actually break out of the jail. And it was his sister that was with them as well. Were they sisters? I think they were. Brother and sister. Anyway, Catherine Neen asks, hi, Steele, how many days until Andor? I hope to see you at Celebration. Me too. Catherine, I hope to see you at the next Star Walking convention now that it's going to get bumped back. Wouldn't that be amazing if I was allowed in the country to attend that? That would be fantastic. A green cow, Rebecca, who wrote the Patreon question, has a follow-up in the chat. Luke McGregor as a bounty hunter. That would be good. I'm going to take you in now, if that's okay with you or not. But either way, it will have to happen, please. That's I think you've got him covered there. Catherine wants to know how many days till Andor. Now, Catherine, you are the person I would ask. Why? What's lol so awkward? What was that, James? I feel like you're being mean. Interesting. Catherine, you know how many days it is till Andor. You're the person we look to for that. So you tell us in the chat. Okay. James says, lol, so awkward. Luke McGregor. Thank you, James. Okay. That's I couldn't put it together. I was like, I know James, he's a good dude. Seems like he's being really mean to me. But no, he's being mean to Luke McGregor. But Luke McGregor, Australian comedian, one of the bestest. He's made quite a career of being awkward, got to tell you. And Catherine Neen says, we are one day closer to Andor. We are. All right, final question. Sizzle Dizzle asks, hey, Steele, hope you and your family are well. When can we expect another Juklin Strikes Back? Interesting. We have actually recorded some as part of a project for something I'm doing next year. So we have recorded, I think, 3 or 4, but they're for something next year. So that's a long ahead, Sizzle. But we are going to go and I'll bug her about it tonight to do some Mando rewatches, and she's going to give her reviews. So thank you, Sizzle. I will quote you. I'll say, Jackie, Sizzle Dizzle said, where you at? Where you at? Let's see if there's any actual Star Wars news. Okay, so there's the villains of Visions. All righty. Meet the heroes, meet the villains. I will check. I don't know. I don't know if I just want to watch it or I want to read all about it. And Star Wars actor Hayden Christensen promotes Obi-Wan Kenobi series at convention. Apparently he had a Kenobi crew hat on. All right. So thank you, patrons, for being patrons and submitting some fun questions. We will be back on Thursday on the live stream with some Corey Thursdays, and we'll go into all the Star Wars news of the week and have just a delightful time. And the audio of this will be on the Patreon feed. So thank you to those that are just listening, wherever you may be listening. I hope you're safe. I hope you're relatively sane. Hard to do in some parts of the world right now. So do your best. And there's actually a new best of I Love Gringo Letters hitting the feed in the next day. So check that out if you haven't listened to it already. I Love Gringo Letters on your little podcast app. Search, download, subscribe, enjoy. But I've been Steele Saunders, and I do love Star Wars. May that force be with you.